Hello everybody. So in this video, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at AAA authentication, and uh, AAA authentication is basically every router that you see before you can run any commands. Like if I come over here, go into my CLI, right? If I run any commands to be able to come over here, I have to enter a username and password. Okay, so basically that is what AAA authentication is, and it's very important to do your OSPF also. So I'll just do it quickly. Um, Again, if you guys know OSPF already, you can skip to the given times. You'll be given like times. But yeah, one year OSPF is extremely important for every practical. Except for ACLs not you want to do. So only for those it's not very important to do OSPF. But then almost every practical does require OSPF. So like learn the commands very well. So that will definitely help you out. And I hope that by now, as you I should have by heart the commands like all of these enable config OSPF and all those. 0.255 area 0. Oh, sorry, router OSPF1. And I'll just copy this. Network 10.1.1.0 0.003 area 0, and then there's network 10.2.2. Network 10.2.2.0 0.003 area 0. Network, yep, they were R2 and R3 as well. Router was fine. Network 192.168.3.0 0.005 area 0. Network, yeah. Then there is network 10.2.0 0.003 area 0. Okay, so I can get my OCS now. Data should go from one PC to another PC. Yeah, there you go. PCC to PC. This is successful. So I have mentioned this time and again that try it for 4 to 5 times. It will end up successful. Not after many tries, but surely after 4 or 5 tries. And if it still does not show successful after 4 to 5 tries, that means that your OSPF is wrong. Check your IP addresses again, and then do OSPF for all the routers again, or for the router that's like that's not working. So after you have done the OSPF to do AAA authentication, right? So basically, we'll be storing our um, username and password on the TACAC server and the Radius server. Okay, so basically, what you have to do is go into R1, and I'm going to go into config mode. Right, so I'll exit from here. What I have to do is AAA. Before I start AAA, I have to create a username and password. Okay, so it's very important to create a username and password, because as I mentioned in the intro of the video that AAA authentication is basically uh, like some kind of username and password that you're storing somewhere else or in your local router that will help you authorize people into your device. Okay, so my username that I've created is admin1, and my password is admin1 pa55. Okay, and after that AAA new hyphen model. Okay, just in case if you don't know any commands or you have forgotten, what you can do is you can do AAA question mark. As you can see, you get the list of commands that might come after AAA, so that definitely helps. So like I have to use authentication now, login, default, local. Okay, and then I have to go into line console 0. There I'm going to do login, authentication, default. uh, then what you're basically going to do, authentication spelling is wrong, sorry, authentication. Yeah, so now basically this is practically for R1. So what I have to do now is I have to exit, exit, exit again. So every time I enter, it's going to ask for a username and password. Now my username was admin1, my password was admin1 pa55. So that, as you can see, that enables me to come into router 1. Okay, so that is all that is needed. Okay, so now depending on the practical, you might want to SSH into router 1 from another PC or electronic device, right? So what we have to do is we have to even do SSH ka practical or SSH ka basic setup into this. Okay, so we are going to give the host name, that's ccna security.com. Okay, and what you're gonna do is in the config mode you're gonna generate a key, that's crypto key generate RSA. My key spelling is wrong. Yeah, crypto key generate. Please define a domain name first. I think I have done that right. Host name CCNA security dot. Oh yeah, I have to do this. I have to do IP domain hyphen name CCNA security.com. So now, yeah, there you go. So that's 1024. Okay. After that, yeah. So basically, this will enable allow SSH into another PC. So what I'll do is my host name is CCNA security one, and my domain name is also CCNA security.com. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll go into PCA. I go to PCA's command prompt. No, wait. There are still commands that I need to run on over here. So I have to do AAA authentication login SSH hyphen login local. Okay, and SSH has been enabled. Then I go into line mode 0 comma 4. You'll login authentication SSH hyphen login. Then I'm gonna transport input SSH, and yeah, so as you can see that's end. Okay, so now basically what I'll do is I'll go to PCA, I go to command prompt. Okay, I'll try to SSH into that one. So if I do SSH hyphen L admin one, that's the username, and 192.168.1.1, and if I enter, it's asking for password. So password is admin one PA55, and if I enter, as you can see, I'm in security CCNA security. So SSH has been successful. Okay, so this is how you use AAA authentication, right? So now I've already done AAA authentication locally. Okay, this was something that was done locally. We have not used the TACAC server and the Radius server, right? So we'll be doing that now. So basically, before doing anything, right, you'll have to go into TACAC server, right? Then you go into services. You have to choose AAA over here. You're going to put it on. Okay, your client name. Now this is very important. Okay, you're going to choose your server type as TACAX. Okay, your client name is going to be admin2. Your client IP is going to be the IP address that you're using. In my case, it is the IP address of what do you call it? It's going to be IP address of PC2 R2, right? So R2 IP address, R2 IP address for gigabit Ethernet 0100. Yeah, that's 192.168.2.1. Okay, so if I go over here now, client IP. Now this secret is going to be TACAC server's uh, secret key. So that's going to be TACAC's PA55. Okay, so it's going to be this particular password, right? You're just going to click on add, and then you're going to add username. So add username is going to be admin2, and password is going to be admin2 PA55. So you're going to click on add. Okay, now suppose if you have made a mistake and you want to change it, so what you'll do is you just click over here. You will change whatever password or client the username you want, then you click on save. So as you can see that just changes it. So I'll revert it back to admin2 PA55. Okay, now we can start our practical over here, right? So you go into config mode, right? I'll create a username and password. So username is admin2 secret admin2 PA55. Okay, then I have already verified the configurations on you know in the TACAC server. Basically it's asking you to go into TACAC server and AAA and make sure that all of these do exist. Okay, So in my case, they do exist, so I can just continue from there. Right, then over here I'm going to do tacax hyphen server host, and tacax server's IP address, that is 192.168.2.2. You want to enter, and then you have tacax hyphen server key tacax PA55. Okay, then after that you're going to do triple A new hyphen model, then triple A authentication login default group tacax plus space local. Then you're going to line mode line console 0, and you're going to do login authentication default. Um so basically you are done over here, so you can just end. Now every time you come over here, so I'll exit from this, and username is admin2 and password is admin2pa55. It will take some time, and soon after, it takes some time, I'm going to go into router enable. There you can see, so if I do enable config t, so basically what this AAA authentication does is it will send a request to your tacax server, and in tacax server ka AAA part, it will check your client name, client IP, server type, username, password, and then it gives the get go key. Okay, it's a correct user, authenticated user, and it will allow you to you know go into router 2's command line. Okay, so keep in mind that you might be asked to do SSH also. So keep in mind the SSH commands and enable SSH in router 2. That will help you. You know. So yeah, next we have to do it for radius server. Well, it's technically the same thing. So you go into radius server services AAA. You want to turn it on. Your client name is going to be admin3. Okay, and in admin, you're going to go over here, gigabit ethernet 01. You're going to copy this IP address, right? uh, Radius server, and you're going to paste that over here. Secret is going to be again the radius password, that the radius ka secret key, so that's radius PA55. Your server type is radius, so you should do that. And then it's going to be admin3 as my username, and password is admin3 PA55. Add, and you close over here. Now you're going to R3, and we will do a practical over here. So exit config mode, we are going to create a username and password first. So username admin3, secret admin3 pa55. Okay, now we have already entered our client IP and everything in the radius server, so we can do the next part, that's radius hyphen server. Okay, so now suppose you don't know what's after radius hyphen server. Okay, you can just click on question mark, and there you go, you have host and key. So just click on host, then the host IP address, in this case radius server's IP address, that's 192.168.3.2. Okay, and you're going to add radius hyphen server key, radius PA55. So in case you have not realized, host and key, the two things in tacax and radius, like you're technically doing them both. So you can just, you need to know like what is coming after what. So if even if you do radius hyphen server space host, and you click question mark, it will tell you the IP address of the radius server, right? So till the end you can try doing question mark enter. Okay, it will definitely help you out. Okay, so now I'll continue next. Triple A new hyphen model, triple A authentication login default group radius local. uh, okay, fine, what I'll do is, instead of this, I'll show you how you might technically, it's a very big command, so you might not remember it, right? But you can just do triple A question mark, then you can see there's authentication. We have already done new model. Correct, we have already done new model, so now we have to do authentication. So I'll type authentication, Then I'll do question mark again, right? And after question mark, there you go. It's enable login ppp, so we need login. I'll do question mark again. Then after login we have default, then I'll do question mark again. We are doing it on local, so after, no, sorry, we are doing it, it's after default there is group. Okay, then the type of server, so we do have radius. Okay, and if I do question mark again, so it's local group whatever, so it's local for us, and you enter. So that's one trick of, remembering big uh, commands. You don't have to remember the entire thing, you just probably need to know like the first few lines of the command. Okay, line console 0, then it's login authentication default. So yeah, there you go, I am done. So every time now I try to enter into uh, router 3 ka command line, I have to give the username and password. And as you can see, this also will take some time. And after taking some time, it will give you the go or no go wala signal. Now see, I'm into it. Now just in case if you enter the wrong password, correct, so I have admin 3, and my password I'm typing any gibberish, and see it says login invalid. So you need the correct password and username, admin 3 pa55. So yeah, that's done. And that's your practical for uh, AAA authentication. Yeah, thank you.